Hi guys, in this review I'll be checking out these two wall chargers from Novoo. We have the RG120, which is a 120 watt wall charger, and the RG68, which is a 67 watt wall charger. Both are using GaN technology to keep their form factor nice and small. They both have smart chips in them to regulate the correct charging for the types of devices that are being plugged into them. They have over temperature protection, so they regulate the charging so they don't overheat too much. And they also have safe charging to protect the devices that are being plugged into them. They both come with two fast USB-C charging ports, as well as a fast USB-A charging port. Depending on their overall wattage, obviously you're going to get much faster charging with the 120 than the 68, but it all depends on what you'll be charging with it, and I'll go over that a little bit later. So first, let's look at the RG120. Again, it's a 120 watt wall charger, so it's definitely going to be suitable for things like a MacBook, a laptop, or very high power hungry devices. So let's check out what comes inside the box. Okay, so here's what you get inside the box. You get a short little user manual, a social media and just general happy cards to let them know, to give them any feedback. You get the 120 watt charger itself, and you also get two bundled USB-C to C cables that both support 100 watts, which is generally good because not many wall adapters come with good fast USB-C charging cables. So that's a really good added bonus here. So looking over the 120 watt GaN charger here from Novoo. It is a matte black plastic with their branding on one side. You've got another 120 watt GaN branding on the other. On one side, you have the power pin type for your region. We're in the UK here, so this is the UK plug. It does not remove, but I believe the US version has a foldable down pin, so it keeps it nice and compact. Over on the business end then, we have two USB-C ports and one USB-A. Their operation obviously varies depending on how many devices that you've got plugged into them and the types of devices that support the amount of charge. So the first two USB-C ports on their own will output at 100 watts, and the USB-A port will output a maximum of 22.5 watts. If you were to use two simultaneously, both USB-C ports, if they're being used, will output at 60 watts each. USB-C and USB-A will be 100 watts and 20 watts, and the last two ones here at the bottom would be 20 watts each. And finally, if all three ports are being used, you get 100 watts still from the very top USB port, so that's really good to see. And the final two ports will be at 20 watts each. So if you did have a MacBook, for example, such as my MacBook M1 14-inch, this port here will be an absolute dream to power your MacBook back up using fast charging, thanks to its 100 watt output here at the top. So to compare with an Apple equivalent, this giant beast is a 96 watt adapter, and here we have the Novoo 120 watt adapter here, and you can definitely see the differences in their overall sizes. Definitely perfect for travel, and their thicknesses aren't that bigger anyway. You can see that the Apple one is a lot more protruding, whereas the Novoo charger is a little bit more in line, so it's a little bit more compact in its profile. And the best thing of all is it has more ports than your Apple charger does. So not only is it going to charge faster at 100 watts, it's also going to allow you to charge multiple secondary devices like an iPhone or an Apple Watch through either USB-C to C or USB-C to Lightning for fast charging, as well as USB-A to Lightning. So the fact that they bundle this as well with two additional 1 meter and 1.5 meter USB-C cables, there's a lot to like, and you get a lot for your money in this one whole package. So that's very good value add here. This is a very good adapter for traveling in your local regions. Obviously, it doesn't do worldwide pin differences. You have to use a travel adapter with this particular wall charger, but thanks to its compact size, that makes traveling with something like this a lot more easier, with far less adapters that you would have to take with you, thanks to its additional two charging ports. So let's have a quick look at its USB-C cables. Nicely created, look very pro. You've got the braided material of the cable itself, and you've got some nice sort of smart metal connectors on the end there that haven't been stamped, fully molded connectors at the end there, so nice and pro quality cables there. They're nice to click into place. Then we can just attach that to our MacBook or iPhone, and we can get this charged at super speeds, thanks to its 100 watt output of the cable and the charger. This 120 watt charger from Novoo retails currently for £50, or the equivalent in your region. They do currently have a 40% voucher, which is very good, which brings it down to just £30. And for a 120 watt wall charger with 3 ports and an additional 2 USB-C cables, one 1 meter and one 1.5 meters, there's definitely plenty here for your money. So if you're looking for a very fast charger to replace your MacBook or high powered devices with, as well as charging additional devices alongside its bundled USB-C cables that charge up to 100 watts, overall It's a very good package. Okay, next up we have the RG68, which is a 67 watt wall charger. Again, compact in size, 3 ports. Let's see what's inside the box. Okay, so here's what you get inside the box. You get a short little paper manual that tells you just the general charging speeds of the 67 watt adapter. You get a happy card, you get the adapter itself, and you get 2 USB-C to C cables, one that's 1 meters and one that's 1.5 meters. They both charge at up to 100 watts and they're both nylon braided, so you've got extra durability there as well. Okay, so looking over the charger then, it's definitely nice and compact for a 67 watt charger. It's matte black on one side, then you've got this brushed steel kind of effect on the pin side. I believe the US version might actually have foldable down pins, so that's going to make it easier for travel as well, keeping it nice and compact. Over on the business end then, you've got 3 USB charging ports, you've got 2 USB-Cs and 1 fast charging USB-A. If you were to use just one of the ports, it's 67 watts for USB-C on either one of these USB-C ports, and then the USB-A port would charge up to a max of 22.5 watts. If you're using 2 of the USB ports together, you get a max output of 45 watts for USB-C and 20 watts for the secondary USB-C, or it's 45 watts from the USB-C and 18 watts from the USB-A, or 10 watts each if you were to use the bottom USB-C and the USB-A simultaneously. And finally, charging from all 3 ports simultaneously, you'll have 40 watts at the top, 10 at the middle, and 10 at the bottom there. So overall, if you're charging more than one device, you'll get a max of 45 watts from the top. Otherwise, if you just use the port on its own, you'll get its full 67 watts to whatever power hungry device that you have. Now, to compare it with some things such as like Apple's own charging brick adapter for MacBooks, this is the 61 watt adapter from Apple. And if you were to put together, it's 67 watts, so you get a little bit more wattage. You can see the adapters are a lot smaller, almost half in size, and you're going to get the same amount of output for your MacBook as well. And its side profile is no different considering the chunky pins that you get for the UK, and it's all in line there, so it's not sticking out. So it's not really going to hinder if you're going to stow this away in your travel bag and save yourself a lot of room doing so as well. And the best thing of all, you've got multiple ports compared to the Apple adapter, whereas you've only got 1 on the Apple and you've got 3 there that you can use for charging an iPhone, Apple AirPods, or your Apple Watch, all from this one adapter without taking any additional adapters with you as well. And it's designed for laptops, tablets, and smartphones, so it's definitely going to handle the amount of power output, obviously up to 67 or 45 watts if you were going to use it simultaneously. It's definitely got the capacity to charge your M2 MacBook Air up to 50% in just 30 minutes, which makes it super efficient in such a small miniature device. So this is definitely a nice little addition should you watch to dump a couple of your adapters and just travel with just one. So the Novoo 67 watt charger retails currently for £29.99, and they do have a current voucher at the moment that takes it down to £20.99, or the equivalent in your own currency. For its price, it's definitely going to outweigh anything that Apple creates because they're going to have their premium price, and you get the additional 2 ports so you can actually charge multiple devices. You're going to get the same amount of output from one of the ports anyway. So if you're looking to reduce the clutter of multiple adapters, whether you're traveling and you want to stow this in your bag, or if you want to support multiple charging ports from one single output source from your wall adapter, then this is definitely going to help support that, and also in a nice, discreet and small package as well. So overall, 2 great solutions there from Novoo for their USB wall chargers. Got some nice high capacity, plenty of USB ports to charge multiple devices from. It all comes down to which and what types of devices that you're charging and the types of output that they require to get the best fast charging out of them. They both support nice fast charging with power delivery options. So most of today's devices will definitely benefit from their fast charging capabilities. So if you are looking to simplify your charging wall adapters, definitely check out these 2 from Novoo. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. Give us a thumbs up if it has, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about these 2 wall chargers from Novoo. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.